Today is blog day 65 on Friday the 4th of December, and I'll be reading in a moment from John's Gospel chapter 14 verses 15 to 21. We're on the theme of Jesus is truth, and we will open this up a little bit by seeing that not only is Jesus the way, the truth and the life, Jesus is truth. This point is made so often in John's Gospel, but now that spirit of truth is given to his disciples. Can I just stop you for a wee moment and ask how you understand truth? It's a really hard concept, actually. I think we know when we're authentic and we know when we're bearing witness to what is true. But somehow truth is always bigger than us, isn't it? How do we know that God is? How do we know when we're talking to someone else about God and they don't seem to understand it at all? I've had that conversation quite recently with somebody in my family, and I felt quite perplexed. I didn't want to go on too heavily. I didn't want to appear arrogant, but I did realise that deep conviction in myself is a nudge that comes from God. I think that nudge, that certainty that God is and that he lives, is a lovely conviction that I so long to offer someone else, but I can't actually give it to them. It's more than an intellectual thing. It's an emotional thing, but it's more than an emotional thing. It's, I guess, what Christians have always called revelation, that God has gifted us with a revelation. So let's hear how this is read in John's Gospel, chapter 14, beginning to read at verse 15. Jesus said, "If you love me, you will obey what I command, and I will ask the Father, and he will give you another counselor to be with you forever, the Spirit of truth. The world cannot accept him, because it neither sees him nor knows him, but you know him, for he lives with you and will be in you. I will not leave you as orphans. I will come to you. Before long the world will not see me any more, but you will see me. Because I live, you also will live. On that day you will realize that I am in my Father, and you are in me, and I am in you. Whoever has my commands and obeys them, he is the one who loves me. He who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I too will love him and show myself to him." As I just finished these short reflections today, I want to just reiterate that we know, because the Spirit of truth is within us, we have a deeper certainty. It's not something we always have, I know, but we probably just need to rest and wait and listen to God. Sometimes we're too busy to listen to that still small voice. But when we do so, we no longer feel like orphans. I wonder what an orphan feels like. And if you're listening to this and you are an orphan, please don't be offended. I imagine that an orphan without a parent might feel abandoned or a bit lost, a bit lacking in purpose, maybe unloved, maybe vulnerable. And certainly in the first century, when orphans left without any care might have died. But Jesus says, "I will not leave you as orphans. I'm giving you the Spirit of truth. And when you have the Spirit of truth, you will obey my commands, and you will know that I love you. He who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I too will love him and show myself to him." I think as orphans, we wait on God, and he gives us the Spirit of truth, and we know that we're loved. Take a moment this day to know that you're loved.